Welcome back to the Watchtower Film Podcast, the film review podcast on the Towercast Network by Cinephiles for Cinephiles.
I'm off my meds!
Fit fam.
Dude, I watched the film last night that, Sandra and I, shout out to my lovely wife.
Shout out to his lovely wife.
To his lovely wife.
Man.
Shout out
Ain't
to
she
Sandra's
lovely?
lovely husband.
Shout out to Sandra's
Who's allowing her husband to be here with us.
Man.
How you
Thank
doing?
you, Sandra.
Man, when I think of lovely wives, I think of Sandra.
Damn, you said that with authority.
He believes it. I appreciate that.
Yep.
I think of your mother.
oh,
She's a lovely wife to Jimmy.
So,
She is a lovely wife. So we watched the film last night, and
Go on.
it was one of those things that we were like, as one does. We had dinner, and she made like a pizza from scratch. It was really good.
wow.
And we're like, all right, we're gonna watch a film and shit. And we always, as everyone, spend fucking 10 hours trying to find something to watch, right?
Obviously.
And this time around, we saw a couple things like on Hulu, and we're like, she's like, just pick that one. That's fine. Like, we're gonna spend an hour fucking watch it. That seems okay. I was all right. And it stars Nat Wolff, who I actually really like as an actor.
Yeah.
And it's this like weird rom-com, not borderline rom-com thing, but it felt good. It felt like mumblecore and stuff. So I was like, yeah, I'm gonna toss this on. And how long are you holding it? Swallow it. You swallow it.
Oh no, this is like the daytime talk show, like smuggling. Go on.
You've been watching too much British cinema. And we're watching this thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it totally
Yeah.
like killed
Yeah.
itself at the end.
Oh god.
The third act was just like horrible.
Jeez.
Like terrible.
This sucks.
What film was this?
Yeah, what film are you talking about?
yeah, what was it?
Oh,
yeah. Like
gosh.
what was the movie?
That's a good question. Just Google Nat Wolff, and it's one of his latest films.
Nat Wolff is the brother of
don't even know
Alex
Wolff?
Wolff.
Yeah, yeah.
Naked Brothers Band. We were just talking about Nickelodeon.
Yeah.
Naked Brothers Band.
Oh yeah.
I don't know who that is.
You know who Nat Wolff is? You never seen like Stuck in Love or?
Nah, man.
I mean,
fuck
he's
bitches.
done a ton of indies. That movie, that one, this one, that one.
Which brings
That one.
Oh, is it the one
Paper
where
Towns?
he brings her over to see her family, but then they play like a hide and seek game?
No. It's
Mainstream.
not a horror film.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah. I think you're thinking of the chick with the blonde.
Yeah, the one who
I think
comes
it's
out
literally
in,
called
That's
Hide and
the
Seek.
one.
No, or something like that.
Yeah, but it's
The Robert De Niro one?
no, it's Barbie. Who played Barbie, and she was also in
Margot Robbie.
Margot Robbie. It was Margot Robbie, and I remember like it was before everybody was using her, but yeah, it was this little bee. I can't
I don't
call
think
it a bee.
I think you're confusing them. Her name is Sam Kinsley or something like that. She's Google this film too. No,
We're
What are you two doing?
getting intimate back here.
clearly I need you to be here.
But they're still listening.
Hey.
It's like a slasher film where like they set the house on fire. I think it's called Hide and Seek.
Yeah.
and stars that actress, the blonde Sam.
I'm pretty
something.
sure it's Margot
It's
Robbie.
not Margot Robbie.
No,
it's
no,
Sam
no, no, no,
something.
no. Look up Margot Robbie.
You put Shide and Seek.
Shut up.
You Googled Shide and
Oh,
Seek.
look,
in the world
2021. Go to that one.
Quick, let's show.
No, I know which one you're talking about. It's not hide and
What is
seek.
it called?
Because I remember the poster. It's like
It's
she's
like
wearing
she's
a dress.
in a wedding dress. and
Yeah,
shit.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's not Margot Robbie.
It's
They
Margot
look alike
Robbie.
though. They
You know
look
what?
super like
Dude,
they really
dude.
look alike.
Put the
Bet your dog.
The egg.
Bet your dog.
What are you gonna bet?
Put the
My
babysitter
dog.
one. The babysitter, whatever. The babysitter.
I think
Isn't that Jonah Hill?
She comes out. And
No. That's the redhead from Disney Channel.
No. Trust me. Look.
Quick, shite.
Oh well, the babysitter film, 2017.
You told me to Google
That
Oh
girl.
yeah, you're
babysitter
right.
or whatever.
Sam Weaving.
There we go.
It's Sam
No,
Weaving.
no,
That's
no,
her.
no,
dude.
no, no, no,
That's
no, no.
her. She looks like
What?
Margot Robbie. She's not.
She
Yeah,
does.
that's one of
Just
dude.
that side.
Margot Robbie has like 8. What do you call it? Like the
Doppelgangers?
clones?
Clones?
Yeah.
Speaking of doppelgangers,
Speaking of,
Perfect.
okay.
have they ever taken a picture together?
Quick,
No,
shite.
they haven't. But look, you see, hello. You owe me a dog.
I don't know which was hotter.
I got the ashes.
I'll go with the left.
Oh my god.
Damn, bro.
I'm sorry.
That was.
Holy
Whoa.
Yo, he's been on one with the
I
dark
know,
humor.
dude.
Dude.
It's
just-
been.
We're here to
Hey.
talk about.
Hold on.
Speaking
I
of-
want to ask you what
Yeah.
one of our dear friends wanted to ask Ari Oster. Are you okay?
Damn.
Am I? Oh, wait. Which friend wanted to ask Ari that?
Eric Sanchez.
Oh.
Yeah,
If you-
imagine that. He wanted to ask fucking Ari Aster.
Nah, man. You just had a shitty pandemic. I mean, that's all
Yeah,
that really
yeah,
happened.
that's true. We're here to continue our
Christopher
Nolan month.
Oh
Our
yeah.
tour month of Christopher Nolan.
Fuck yeah.
Of Noli. And
Guys, I'm scared.
why are you
You should
scared?
shine.
Why?
You guys didn't hear that noise from back here? That wasn't me.
We're here to talk about.
We're gonna continue our Christopher Nolan month with 2006's The Prestige, starring
Matt Damon.
Matt Damon and Ben Affleck.
Nice.
No, Christian
Directed
Bale,
by
Hugh
Gus Van
Jackman,
Sant.
Scarlett Joe, Michael Caine, Rebecca Hall, Andy Serkis. That's a pretty
Scarlett
good name.
Johansson.
And fucking,
David Bowie?
David Bowie playing Tesla.
David fucking Bowie?
David fucking Bowie. Great story about why he cast
Andy
David Bowie.
Serkis.
Yeah,
I mentioned
he's actually
that.
Andy
pretty good.
Serkis is a great fucking actor.
Christian
That's,
Bale?
that's Gollum, no?
It is Gollum.
That's Gollum.
Very much so. And he's directing a Gollum film coming
Wow. You think he's gonna reprise that role or?
soon. Yeah, I'm sure he is.
There's something
Nah.
else that I really know him from. I'm trying to
I
think
really
about
It's a
liked
voice
him as
acting role,
the
like-
monkey.
True.
That was cool.
Oh yeah, from
He
that
was a
one
good-
movie.
He was a good monkey.
He was a good monkey. Indeed.
Which monkey?
He played Bad Ape.
Planet of the Apes.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Yeah,
oh no,
yeah.
wait, was he Caesar?
I think he was
He was
Caesar.
Caesar.
Oh, yeah, he was Caesar.
Rise, yeah,
He
right.
was Caesar.
Caesar's Legion.
There's something that I saw him. Oh, you guys are gonna laugh where I really remember him from.
What?
13 going on 30.
Oh yeah, he was the
wait,
friend.
who was-
No,
the
he's like
boss,
the boss.
or
He's
the
the
editor
boss,
or whatever,
yeah.
right?
I
Yeah,
never
yeah.
watched that film.
What?
That's where I remember him from.
Hey, shout out to Drew. One of Drew's best friends actually wrote that film. And,
Really?
he
Wow.
passed away, so rest in peace.
Jennifer
But
Garner.
yeah, Sandra loves that film. It's
fun.
It's from.
I just remember the elevator scene.
The elevator scene.
You like these?
Yeah, and it's Mark Ruffalo, and,
Yeah.
and Jennifer
Yeah.
Garner, kind of in their I wouldn't say their prime, but in their,
In their careers.
In their time.
But we're not here to talk about
We're
that.
Yeah,
here to talk
we're
about
not
The
immediate.
Prestige. This is Christopher Nolan's follow-up to Memento.
Oh
No.
my god, it's a
No,
sophomore
right? He
film?
did one of the Batman
He
films.
did, after Memento, he did Insomnia.
Insomnia.
And then he did
Robin
Batman
Williams one.
Begins. and
Then he did The
this one.
Prestige.
Which one was the
Insomnia.
one before?
Batman Begins.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes sense.
But who's here to talk to you about this film with?
Oh,
Yo, mama. Next question.
this guy with your mama.
This guy's mom.
Hey,
Joining me on the podcast, my fellow co-host, Mr. John-Eric Castro, giving us an acting
John-Eric.
perspective.
and this is definitely cinema film.
Cinema film.
Cinema
Definitely.
film.
I love cinema
Definitely.
film.
Shinama.
There was a lot of mise en scène.
Mish
Mise en scène.
and the Dutch.
And the
Mr. Michael Lalal offering a cinematography perspective.
Do it in a Dutch accent. Come on.
Dutch it up.
Dutch it up.
There's three things I hate about a Dutch accent. One, it's either from where the fuck are the Dutch from? They're from like Peru. Anyway, they don't even know
I
it.
think it's Netherlands.
The Dutch?
But a magic
No,
trick
that's
is
Holland.
done. Shut the. I'm talking.
Wait, so who the fuck are the Dutch? Gosh, so you
Holland,
better
they're
get
from
that fucking
Holland.
reference from.
Then why
out
don't
of
they
everybody.
call themselves Hollandians?
It's from Seinfeld.
Damn.
What
Where's
episode?
Holland? No, Holland's the Netherlands. And then George's like, well, then who are the Dutch?
I don't remember that part. Holy shit.
Mr. Eric Nunez.
Hi, how are you?
CK man.
Yo,
Hey.
you heard of 2 Chainz?
Hi
His 2
there.
headphones.
2 headphones.
Yeah, you can never get enough sound in your life.
Oh, no, never mind.
Soundy sound? I don't know.
Mr. Eric CK Nunez, our fellow producer. Making
Hello.
sure we're switching back and forth.
Yeah,
Back
so
and
on,
forth.
if
show
you
how
guys
quick
see
you can
any
switch back.
editing weird, look, you guys want to see something?
Do the thing. Do the thing. Do the thing.
We
All right,
don't-
we're gonna give
we
somebody
can't-
a
Wow.
seizure
Yeah, I
sign,
know.
so,
Someone's
yeah,
gonna be like, "What the fuck?"
I know.
Like that one comment
I
somebody
would
said.
love.
What did they say? They should raise the prices of
Dude,
microphones.
they were straight up like, they really let anyone have a podcast
That's
now.
great,
huh?
man. You need to put more
Jesus,
TikToks.
dude.
You need to put more
I
TikToks.
love
So
Like,
sad.
The life that people, you know what kind of life you have to hop on an app,
yeah,
crank open the comments, actively think of something creatively negative,
yeah.
type it out, press send, and then go to sleep perfectly fine.
I have a feeling a ton of people just go on like YouTube and copy paste comments. You know what I mean? Like creative comments. You know what I mean? 'Cause
Oh, no, I
they-
talk shit, a lot of shit through
Yeah.
the comments. Oh, yeah.
oh, good.
You're one.
I'm on like my 3rd YouTube account.
Maybe it's actually Castro like on burner accounts on TikTok. You know, just talking all this shit.
Fuck
Wait,
these guys.
did Castro start Tower Leaks then?
What?
Castro started Tower Leak.
Just one of many, bro.
He
Dude,
does
there's
leak.
somebody on TikTok. Castro, no. There's somebody on TikTok posting clips of our films now.
There is.
Oh,
Like with
really?
music. Yeah, I don't know. Some
But like in a
It's
good way,
kind
or
of-
they're like butchering it?
No,
like it's like the shitty cap cut edits.
yeah.
Yeah.
With like a romantic
We're trying to
song
figure out who it is.
cut to the
Yeah, I can't imagine who
Free
uses
promo.
CapCut. That's ridiculous. That's fucking
Hey,
insane.
moron.
Whoa.
We don't ask you to think.
We don't pay you to
Mr.
think.
Austin Tyronius Young, making sure we're sounding good on the ones and twos there.
Hey, yo,
Oh,
Tyronius,
shit.
how's the weather?
Do your best.
What
do
that
your-
PP do?
It's going rain.
It's going to rain. Though we are here to talk about the Prestige and continue our auteur month.
You didn't
I-
introduce yourself.
I
You
am
forgot to
your
introduce
humble
yourself.
film servant, Carlos
Our
Andla Torre,
humbled.
offering a
No,
writing,
no,
directing perspective.
we're done.
And though we are here to talk about the Prestige, I do want to kick off with Mr. Jean-Eric Castro's segment of what have we watched lately.
I
was
don't
just-
want
I was
to. I don't
gonna
want to
ask.
answer that.
We're not
because-
answering that. We're not answering that.
Yeah, because he's gonna get sad and mad at us.
Oh, dude, I gotta let you guys know, our Tower fans, I was not invited to meet Ari Aster. Can you believe
I
that?
mean, none of us were.
Wow.
What do you mean?
None of us were.
I mean,
Wait, no, yeah. Actually, everybody's
Don't you
gonna.
jive me?
Mm-hmm.
Don't-
Wait, no.
No, hold on. Castro.
That was bad, bro.
You really got
That was
everyone.
bad.
Hold on. Castro, this is your minute to vent. Everybody's mics is muted but yours.
That's fair. That's fair.
Your minute to vent about the situation.
Well, if you guys know, there's this new film called Eddington, which I'm a big fan. That's my type of film. It's a mayor that's trying to be a sheriff and a sheriff trying to be a mayor. And these guys didn't invite me. And I thought we were a Tower family, and I thought we were all cool, and I thought I was in the same chat. Guess not. Damn, dude, you make this really awkward, bro.
no, this
I was
is
just
fair.
messing around,
This is
yeah, I
fair.
was
Like
just-
it was
yeah.
the weirdest situation when we found out and when it all actually happened.
I kind of figured, like, the tickets were going to go fast. I
Yeah.
kind of figured that,
Yeah.
but... I
we
just-
ended up not
kinda-
telling each other until after everybody bought in their tickets. Like, yo, have you heard about this shit? And then it was sold out within like hours. Pretty nuts.
Don't you jab me.
I'm again at the chat.
Is that a really bad one? Is that a bad one?
Though Castro's right. No, we've used it on the podcast before.
Oh, okay.
Though Castro's right, we did have the good fortune.
The filmmaker himself.
Unfortunately, I can't feel too badly, though. I do feel badly because you also weren't the only one. Do you know how many messages I got? I'm
Yeah,
sure all these guys
yeah.
like, what the fuck? I didn't know about this. And it's like, dude,
My
like,
grandma told
Why
me
wasn't
something.
I invited?
and then it was like a small Alamo Draft House.
Yeah,
Dude,
it
it was
wasn't
a
there.
huge
If
fucking
they had
theater.
done it
Well, I'm
at the
trying to help
big
you
show,
guys.
no, dude, if they had done it at the big show, it
Yeah.
would have been. I think they could have sold it out.
yeah, they could have sold out the
could've,
big show for
100%.
sure. It
Well,
was
they
one of
sold
the
out-
smaller theaters, but
They sold out the tiny show in like literally less than an hour.
Is
It
that
was
what that
insane.
theater's called? The Tiny
The
Show?
tiny show.
It is now, honestly.
No, well,
Alamo, the
because
tiny show.
I was telling Carlos before the screen. I was
It's
like,
probably
I
the
think
biggest
this is
theater,
It's
yeah.
probably the biggest theater that's not the big show.
outside the big show.
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
is?
because I mean, that's
Well,
probably what,
it's a
200
medium
seats?
show.
Yeah.
They should have
But I
done
gotta ask,
IMAX.
like, is he what you guys thought he was gonna be, or is he?
Okay, so let me tell a little bit of the story because it's public. So
we'll probably review it on the cast.
yeah, I'm sure we
yeah.
will. I'm
Anytime.
sure we
Yeah.
will. So I won't talk a ton about the film, especially because as of the release of this episode, it comes out in 5 days.
Oh, wow.
So go catch it in fucking theaters. Like
Yeah.
it is terrific. It is like provocative in the
You'll
best
have a
way.
great time.
You know, yeah, you'll have a great time. Watch it in the fucking huge screen. It is.
I was,
terrific.
I was
it
thinking it was gonna
deserves
be
that.
something like No Country for a Month, but
Oh, it
far
is.
off, right?
It is. I
It
mean,
is?
I think that comes across in the poster and the trailer.
Right.
We're not
It's a
spoiling
it's a modern
anything.
Western.
Yeah. Could I say something?
Sure.
Yeah.
The best way that I could describe it, and correct me if I'm wrong, and I might get fucking doxxed if we release this before the release. But I told Kasha that it was kind of like if No Country for Old Men had more Tarantino in it.
Yeah, there's something there, but
I
it
also feel
still
like that's
has.
just Ari Aster
it's-
with the third act. Like,
No. Those are two different things. Like it's still that's what I was gonna say is it's still Ari Aster.
Yeah.
Very much
yeah.
so. The lead ups, the third act,
Yeah.
like it's not a third act. Ari Aster third act is not a Tarantino third act. That's not fair to say.
See, I don't know him that way. I just know that he does a lot of horror, and he's kind of like.
You see, that's the other misconception.
here's the
is
thing.
that he doesn't like a lot of his films on the surface they're horror films, but they're really not. Like they're so much deeper than that. They're,
Well, yeah,
you know.
It's like psychology, but the only way that he knows how to tell it is through this fucked up lens.
Yeah.
you
And I
know?
love
Yeah.
that. Yeah, that's pretty interesting.
Like the best way I can describe it, coming from like him, he was saying that we all really haven't processed the pandemic,
Yeah.
and this
Yeah.
is just meant to be a timepiece to kind of allow for that.
Oh, really?
But a timepiece that he didn't intend to be like accurate. Like this is just like this. It's a packaging. I'll just say that this is a packaging of the pandemic that's got a lot more at stake.
Well, one
Let's
thing
just put it
that
way.
Eric did say that the ending is one of those that either you love it or you hate it. You just kind of want to.
Yeah, for sure.
like
but
that.
I feel like
I feel
I've
like
talked
that's
to enough
universal
people
right
that
there.
feel like
It's
it
an
either
Ari
like
Aster ending, though.
Is it
Yeah.
an open ended
Yeah.
or just no closure?
no,
where
no,
it's-
no. There's definitely
it'll-
closure.
It'll let you.
Yeah,
It'll let you live with it. Like
Yeah.
I'll say this: when you watch any of his other films, you feel like
And that's where I'm coming from.
the world lives on, past whatever happened in the story. So this ending is that the world keeps spinning, and it leaves the audience to kind of think like, oh, what does it look like afterwards? Which is funny because the afterwards is today.
Yeah.
That's
But-
cool.
Yeah,
Hey.
so it's really cool.
Yeah, it's definitely something to chew on. And,
Wait, can we
and-
say who was in it?
Yeah, that's public.
Can we
Gosh,
talk
you
about?
know him.
Oh,
Manny was in it.
Oh yeah,
Rubio?
shout out to the homie man.
shout out, dude.
He
Yeah,
has
dude.
a couple lines in there that it's a cool
has he
little-
shared it on Instagram? That's kind of.
I don't think so.
Dude.
Well, he can't. The film's not out yet officially, but
I think he fucking killed that
yeah,
performance.
that was
Yeah?
cool. That was so cool.
He plays.
Fuck yeah.
He plays like this grocery store employee,
Uh huh.
and like, I couldn't tell that was him.
Yeah.
Straight up, like,
Yeah.
he's fucking phenomenal.
Well, quick before we ratings on that one.
Well, hold on, no.
Oh, okay, go.
Hey,
Let me kind of finish what I was trying to say about like the whole kind of experience. So like this thing sold out in a day. It was kind of a crazy thing. And then, like any other, if you get like you're subscribed to Alamo's newsletter, and first of all, that should have been your first way in. That's how you find out.
Yeah.
And like, you start kind of figuring out what's going on and you're like, all right, cool. I don't know if this is true or not. But it said live, right? It said live, performance or live Q&A rather.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Most Q&As will say live stream Q&A or stuff like that, pre-recorded Q&A, stuff like that. So
And I
you
think
can,
we all thought it was going to be that.
no, I can proudly say I didn't. I felt like I was like once I kind of started deducing to putting two and two together. That's when I was like, yo, you guys know about this? Like this is just kind of weird and crazy. And then I started like asking around and later found out, yeah, he's going to be coming. But the cool part of it was an early screening, and El Paso's one of 4 cities that got it.
Oh wow.
So like that was the cooler part, and it's all in the T or C region, which is where the film was shot.
Yeah.
So El Paso
Makes
actually
sense.
on paper got the first preview screening ever. Like
That's
for
fucking
Eddington,
sick.
and then from El Paso it went to TRC. From TRC it went to Albuquerque and to Santa Fe on the same day. So like we got it first, which was like incredible, right? And not to mention Ari Aster
He
came
was
down
here
for a
as
Q&A.
well, yeah.
So it was a cool half-hour Q&A led
Wait,
by
that makes sense now why they did it here then.
Yeah.
Like-
Because if he had to go up to Santa Fe and Albuquerque,
start here.
Yeah,
it's
go
like
back down.
he had to go
Yeah.
out.
The Q&A was moderated by the great Robert Olguin. And so shout out to our boy Robert. And,
who
it's-
you might find on
K-Fox.
K-Fox, yeah.
Your
A fellow
favorite news
anchor for
anchor.
K-Fox. But he got to talk to the man. And we kind of we didn't have any expectations, but he did stick around for a very tiny bit to take pictures with a few people. And
Did people just swarm him?
yeah,
did.
it got to a point where
I don't
they
wanna be
did.
that guy.
Everybody was being pretty respectful, though, I'd say.
It was to the point where I know that they were saying like, dude, just go bum rush him and get a photo. and I was kind of like, nah, I'm good. And I was like, I see him
Yeah.
and like I got to listen to him and all that. Like I kind of have my piece with it.
Yeah.
I don't need to like rush him for a photo. I'll also say a small side comment is that the film was very much a critique on the whole cell phone culture.
Right.
And like
Yeah.
pulling out your phone and filming
Oh,
everything.
which I-
So then after watching the film, I'm like, I can't imagine that the
Hey.
the logical next step is to be like,
Yeah.
can I get a selfie?
I will,
Like,
dude,
I'm live
that
streaming
was
right now.
That was the first film that I've ever seen that made cell phones, specifically social media, a character. That was pretty cool.
That's the first
there's
one.
I'll say this. There's a lot to talk about that film.
Yeah.
And we will talk about it. And I think we'll give our ratings
Yeah, I
then.
just wanted a quick rating just to see how much you guys liked it.
Very
Nah,
good.
I think,
Yeah,
I think-
I'd say very
yeah.
good.
As
I
far as
won't
the
give a number yet because I
Okay,
think we
that's
need to
fair.
talk
Fair.
about it.
I think, yeah.
I do think we need to talk about it. But to kind of round out the story I was trying to tell is he sticks around, takes a few photos, and again was very kind, which is crazy weird because I had got caught wind from somebody that somebody reputable that said that he was difficult, and so I was kind of expecting that. He wasn't. I mean, he had his people ushering him out. Naturally try to get him to the car. Chances are he left the same night. He probably didn't stick around in El Paso, but he was very kind. He took pictures with a few people, and I even got my Midsummer Blu-ray signed, which was really cool.
Oh, he did. He was able.
He
to sign
did,
it?
yeah.
Oh,
I mean,
nice.
it was a few people. Like I didn't see too many people trying to get a signature, but he was mostly kind of taking selfies with people. My takeaway, which is what I say, I'll say this. Call me whatever you want. I want to always seize my moment in those scenarios because you never know when you're going to bump into these people again. So to try to give them a good impression of our city, try to give them a good impression that you connected with the film, that's always my priority.
Yeah.
So like going up to him, naturally the draw is like, hey, I have your director's cut. Would you mind signing this?
Good start.
And while that happens, kind of telling him like, hey man, love the film, connected with it. We're filmmakers, and just so you know, like your work impacts us. I just want you to know that. And he kind of finished signing the thing, and he's like, you guys are filmmakers? Yeah. He's like, well, good luck with your films, man. Whatever you guys are working on, good luck with it.
Nice.
Fucking great, man. Thank you. Great. Quick picture. And then that was it. But that interaction in and of itself, I think it's a two-way street. I think you want to talk to people like that to let them know, like, hey, we're not just here because it's an event. We're here because we actually value your work.
Yeah.
And I think that goes a long way for filmmakers. Instead of getting the whole typical, like, look, let me put it to you this way. Like, a piece of the conversation was like, and I'm sure everybody's wondering. Everybody, of course, is wondering if you're an Ari Aster fan is, when are you going back to horror? And his exact rebuttal to that was, dude, give me a break.
Yeah.
Like, he actually used those words. Like,
Okay.
give me a break, man. Like, I'm exploring other things right now.
Yeah.
So, you go to enough of these things. He encounters enough of these things in screenings and film festivals, whatever. So he wants to know that the work that he's actively pursuing is impacting you, right?
Yeah.
So I think that
'Cause he's
you can't get that if you don't go up to him at the end of the
He's not
thing,
trying to make the next scariest
Yeah.
film. He's trying to make another piece of cinema.
Yeah.
And I think
That's the right way to do it.
when you talk to him, even about like people who try to pigeonhole him into being like, oh, you're the elevated horror guy and you make horror movies.
Yeah.
He's like, no, I make movies.
I make films,
if they're horror-esque or if they're scary, think about the fact that the things that are scary are not so much what I'm showing you, but reality.
Let me toss this out there because look, you guys are gonna laugh, but a lot of people parallel The Strange Thing About the Johnsons with So Who Was It This Time because of its nature, right? And neither of them are mutually exclusive to their genres, quote unquote. And I think that's important. Like, I'm not making a dark comedy that's meant to be a dark comedy for the sake of being a dark comedy. I'm making a film that's exploring this topic in this quirky package. And I think that he's misconceived that way because though a Hereditary is a horror film, I think he was very strategic about packaging it as a horror film. But it's really about what you pass on to from your families.
Jesus.
It really is about like what you're
family trauma.
absorbing family trauma.
Yeah.
It's not exclusively about the satanic cult thing. It's deeper than that. So I think he had to package that because it's his first film that way, and then follow up. It's kind of like we talk about the whole record thing. Like, you gotta get their attention with the first one, and then the second one you got to keep their attention, and then the third one you do whatever the fuck you want. And Beau is Afraid was certainly do whatever the fuck you want. In fact, I've had conversations with fellow cinephiles that it's like I didn't care for Beau is Afraid because it's so self-indulgent, but Eddington is something way different. It's more palatable, I think.
It's probably the most palatable like Aster film.
Yeah, for the masses, quote unquote, not necessarily for the cinephile, but for the I mean, it's got things for both. So so much so, and I'll end this little Eddington thing with this Beau. One of the things I mentioned to Ari when I was talking to him was like, hey, as much as anybody wants to be like, dude, I fucking love Midsummer or whatever, I told him, I was like, hey, I love the conversation you had with the Safdie brothers on the Scorsese Shorts Criterion thing. That fucking was amazing. And he went again, because when you're in zombie mode, man, you're signing things, you're listening to the same shit over and over and over again.
That's what I was talking about.
So when I mentioned that, he literally was signing my Blu-ray. He was like, that's right, I did do that. Yeah, dude, I enjoyed that so much. He lit up.
Sweet.
And then that was that, right? But it's, again, I think when you're talking to them about cinema, we were talking about cinematic elements that don't have to do with the fucking minutia of, I loved your film because it was scary. I think you're gonna make an impact. And again, for a city like El Paso, I can't imagine too many people were going up to him, talking to him like that.
Yeah.
And so that was important to me. It was important to me for him to feel like, hey, dude, this city cares about cinema. Most of these audience members are cinephiles or filmmakers, and I made that very clear to him. So I think you got a good impression about El Paso. So that's kind of what I cared about.
So you got balls because I remember when Robert Rodriguez came.
Yeah.
And I was just kind of like, I don't want to be one of those people that swarms them. And you went up to him, you're like, yo, we made 20 films. You know,
Yeah.
And
Dude,
he kinda
in
liked
the
that.
picture
I'm
I
like,
took
wow,
with him,
that's-
he's holding my card. Like you could see in the picture, he's holding the Tower Productions card.
That's cool,
And that's
man.
again, that's fucking great, you know. But again, because
I'm just scared to make a bad impression.
Chances are,
Yeah.
But again, what at that point, unfortunately, because of how many people they encounter, you're just a number.
I'm with you. Yeah,
And I'm
that's true.
saying, but if you make,
And then you never know.
try to make an impact, not like in a bad way or in a cleanly way, just in the like, hey,
Don't be over the top.
this is who I am. This is what I do. This is what it's all about. This is what your art means to me. Hopefully they're not too far jaded that they'll listen. And most of my experiences have been that because when you encounter these people, I've had a lot of people ask me, thankfully, like because of this podcast or for other mediums, like, what is it like to talk to A person or B person? And I've very rarely, if maybe once or twice, have ever had the whole "don't meet your heroes" thing. I've thankfully have met enough of my heroes that have been extremely kind to me. And what's more is,
Or remember you.
yeah, I can't tell that story yet, but stay tuned. What's even more impactful is like you'll start encountering the people that are right with them, like their closest collaborators.
Right.
And you start realizing that advice that we got once upon a time about, from a fellow director, a friend of ours, alumni of the podcast, saying, stop reaching for the people who are on their way up with you. Like, they'll always see you as competition. But if you reach at the top and you kind of let them know what you're about, they don't have nothing to prove. So they'll be cool with you as long as you're cool with them, And I think that that's important. Like, we're filmmakers. We have to, though they're our heroes, we kind of have to see them as peers. And I think that grounds you in a way that you're like, okay, this is fucking awesome, but we both make sense. We speak the same language. And as long as you're not trying to fanboy out, I think they pay attention.
No, absolutely, man. I just think I'm one of those guys that will get starstruck and be like, I love you.
We all are shit, man. It happens to me like crazy. But I think that's just a word of encouragement for people who are like...
absolutely. That's...
I made a joke. Like, but I'm like, I think I was one of the ones that pushed the law. Like, go fucking take a picture, dude. You don't know when the fuck he's coming back.
I'm with you.
He may never come back. Like,
I'm
just
with
go
you.
do this thing because, like... Call it what you want, but it's part of that thing of seizing your moment to talk to your peers. I don't know. That's how I see it.
Seize the moment.
But we'll talk about Eddington very much so. In fact, I kind of regret not going back and making Ari one of the auteurs. But I almost feel like Eddington needed to come out before we can give a fuller scope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A retrospective on everything.
Eddington has to be the one to almost like we can finally have a mini conversation of this
Plus, we've already
auteur.
talked about Hereditary.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I wish we would have almost like saved it
Definitely
for an
would be
Ari
an
Aster
auteur
month.
month.
But
Yeah.
Eddington is definitely going to be a point of like, I'll toss this out there. Like we're rolling, so I'll toss this out there. I had a conversation about this with someone recently. I think this is going to get Oscar love. I genuinely think it actually is going to get Oscar love.
Can I get some
Most
room?
people are going
Yeah.
to disagree
I
with
think,
me. And in fact, most people are already telling me this shit's going to bomb. And that might be fair, but I do think that this is going to get more of the Academy's attention.
You know who I think that is going to get the Oscar love in this whole entire situation? Joaquin Phoenix.
Yeah,
His performance
for sure.
was something like, whoa. Maybe not Pascal, but I
Yeah,
don't know, maybe
that's fair.
Maybe the editing too.
Editing, I think production design.
No, I think we'll
I
get a lot of
think-
Oscar love because genuine last thing we'll say on the movie so we
yeah.
can move forward. But there's no other film that's able to teleport you back to such a specific era,
Right.
and no other filmmaker has
I'm sold.
done
Kinda
it.
had the balls to
Yeah,
tackle
yeah,
it,
yeah.
right?
And
Honestly,
because the 2020 and the pandemic and everything, it's everybody's tried to dodge it like it never happened. And in a lot of ways,
Yeah.
up until watching the film, there's things I had completely forgotten about the pandemic, because it's this weird blip in time that we all kind of glazed over. And for those of us that are very fortunate to be here after everything that happened in the past, you just kind of like let that side go. I mean, we've returned to a normal, and there's always remnants of like, change has happened here. Like not everything's the same. I mean, when you go,
it's a coping mechanism.
Yeah,
for most
but like
people,
you'll see like more hand sanitizer like stations than before, and it's the little like scars of like, something happened, but we don't have to focus on that. But this one, it was so fascinating watching it, and because of like this societal thing we all went through together, it takes you back, and it puts you there, and it allows you to, in a very safe way, now you can start to process what happened then. And no other film is gonna do that as good as Eddington.
So interesting.
It's something that's gonna be talked about for an insane amount of time.
It's a good time capsule of a film for sure, and it's provocative in the best way. So go check it out this next week. It should come out this Thursday, I think.
I'm definitely.
And
let
let us know what you think about Eddington. We'll have to do we'll have to do an episode on it. But bringing it back to Christopher Nolan,
The Prestige.
The Prestige,
The magic trick.
Who here had seen it?
No,
I have.
I think I saw it when it barely came out, just in the background, and I didn't.
Yeah.
get it.
Yeah, I
didn't
think I've
get
seen it like in the background and stuff. Yeah.
This was like one of the first movies that I got to watch as a kid that I was like, holy fuck, this is movies. Wow.
And you know what? I kind of confused it with the other one too. There's another one kind of the same.
The Paul Giamatti one,
No.
The Illusionist, or
Yeah, The Illusionist with Edward. Yeah.
The Illusionist, that's a good one too.
I don't know why. But
I
yeah.
think of Paul Giamatti when I think of that.
I think of Edward.
Yeah.
Paul Giamatti is a great fucking actor.
Yeah.
That guy deserves all the flowers. He's like that Philip Seymour Hoffman kind of
He's
guy.
a chameleon, man. He's terrific.
All right.
Tokayo, before you take off, we need your thoughts. The Illusionist.
No, the Prestige.
The
The
Prestige.
Prestige. Sorry, The Prestige. Oh, okay.
Oh, really?
shit.
Go behind
No,
CK. Go behind CK.
no.
Over here. Mira.
I think you got to rewatch
Up
this
to
one
bat.
again.
What? Give us a number. Give us a number on The Prestige from 1 to 10. Rating.
I give it a 7. It's not my favorite Nolan film.
Okay.
What don't you like about it? Hold on, real quick. Just
No, I
Too
don't. I
predictable?
don't know what it was. Maybe it was the way the story was told.
Okay.
But also, it's strange because The Illusionist and The Prestige came out around the exact same
Right.
time.
Yeah, they
It's
did.
like Deep Impact and Armageddon. Which was
yeah,
better?
nobody liked Deep Impact.
I love Deep Impact. It's
Nobody
great.
liked, what
But
was it,
Armageddon is
Elijah
way
Wood?
better.
Nah,
Dude, yeah,
nobody liked
Elijah
him.
Wood, Morgan Freeman. Come on, like Deep Impact was the better movie.
You know what?
Armageddon just had more
I watched
buzz.
the wrong Deep Impact. I'm sorry. I can't.
wow.
Some drillers that become astronauts. Come on, bro.
Oil drillers?
Oil drillers.
No, but it's not to say it's not like
Yeah.
a bad movie.
No, yeah.
It's just if you were to ask me to rank Nolan's top 10 films,
Sure.
Prestige,
It's down there for you.
yeah.
All right. Cool.
I really
enough.
like this one. Wow.
Fair enough.
No, it's not a bad movie. It's good. It's just,
Not the best Nolan.
you know,
What's better, this one or Tenet?
okay, Prestige is better than Tenet.
right.
Like I would rank
nobody
Tenet
liked
as
Tenet.
Nolan's lowest one.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think he bit off a little
yeah.
too much.
Yeah. So I don't know. But you know, how many movies are about magicians?
Yeah.
I never did see The Greatest Showman.
That's not about a magician, but that's beyond the point.
A magician
We're
is a
just having
showman,
this
bro.
conversation, but you know what? We were talking about how this is a closely related cousin to like the Now You See Me franchise, you know, especially the first one. Like Now You See Me is a total Prestige ripoff.
Well, yeah. Certain elements.
No, The Prestige had a little bit more. The Prestige was about an actually really cool magic trick.
Yeah.
Several good magic tricks.
That's what I'm saying. That Now You See Me is a Prestige ripoff. It took all the cheap parts of it and just put it in a franchise.
Yeah. Well, it's dumbed down.
Yeah,
It's
for
very,
sure.
You're right about that. Yeah. It is
Very
dumbed down.
much, yeah.
All right. Thank you, Tokayo.
Hell
Appreciate
yeah.
that.
Anytime. Thank you for coming in.
Even though we didn't like your rating, that was
Good
pretty
stuff.
Well, wait, and not to take away from
Use your
ratings.
words.
Huh?
What?
Easier way.
Out of all the films that Nolan's done, I know his filmography is pretty extensive. Why was this
one to add into his month or list.
I picked this one because I thought it was the last Nolan one I needed. And not only that, but like
that is true.
Prestige also is another one that people say like they love from Nolan. Like I see a lot of people talk about like Prestige is like Nolan's best.
Like his
one.
best.
Yeah, so that's why I picked it.
Although it wasn't as hyped as Memento.
No, it wasn't.
It's not as hyped.
No,
I feel like it's a hidden
But it
gem
is,
of-
High
yeah.
key, Memento's overrated as fuck.
I've been telling that to a lot of people, and they're like, "What?" And I'm like, "Have you seen it recently?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh
Yeah.
man, I was talking to Francisco recently, and
How do you take your thoughts on Memento? Because I know he loves it.
Yeah.
yeah,
For
no, he, you know what he says that after hearing like the podcast with us, and then I think you talked to him about like Walter Mitty is like. Every time you guys rate something bad and say you to revisit it, like I'm just gonna close like my eyes and pretend it doesn't exist. Cause he's like, dude, he's like, Walter Mitty made me cry, and I'm like, have you seen it recently? Like, no, let's just leave the memory.
Yeah,
it was
I
a good
understand
moment.
what he's coming from.
But I mean,
No, but
comparing,
it's like I think it's important to touch on that really quick.
Yeah.
I think cinematically or like as a cinephile, it's like shedding your skin, right? Like I think that's what it is. Like snakes shed their skin or whatever.
Yeah.
I think that's what it is as a cinephile. It's like you remember it so dearly and you remember like, and that's great. Hold on to that. But you get to evolve, right? You get to evolve in your cinematic journey. So
I also think that the more that we one make films and two watch films, you start to see that every auteur, every director, every person has growth and growing pains,
Absolutely.
and that's what I've really enjoyed about these auteur months is that sure there's elements in here that are fantastic, but then elements where I'm like, yeah, I saw that you got really good at
Saw
that
the
later
attempt.
on.
Yeah.
One of the things. Do you want to just
Yeah,
rapid
let's-
fire the ratings?
Sure.
Let's go.
Yeah.
I get to pick though. Who goes?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, I'm gonna call you each out individually.
Okay.
I have new nicknames for every single one of you.
God.
Here.
Except Carlos.
Wait. Everybody, does everybody have their mental rating so Austin can just point at us and we can scream it out?
Yeah.
I gotta cook it.
All right. Casablanca, you same nickname, but I have
always start with
Casablanca.
me. Anytime you have the
Just,
option, you start
you already
with
got
me.
your number.
I love that
Throw it
nickname,
out.
Casablanca.
I'm sitting.
Are you ready for your
I'm
rating?
sitting
You can't change
at.
me. I got it. I know what it is.
I'm sitting at a 7.5.
What the hell?
all right.
Okay, go.
Bro!
Wes Anderson Squish.
8-7.
Squish.
Nah, y'all talk too
M.
much
Night
in the film.
Gasso?
That's what's going on.
M. Night.
I
M. Night
really,
Gasso.
really liked it. I'll give it a strong 9.
All right, PTCK
PTCK.
I suggest you guys rethink
or
about
PT
it.
Nunez.
I'll give it an 8-7.
I'm giving it an 8.7 too.
Hey.
8.7,
You know,
8.7,
it's
8.7.
okay.
I am the greatest.
Wait, the law. What'd you?
8.7.
8-7.
Wow, three of us
Wow.
have
Three
an 8.7.
8.7s.
That's
a nine.
crazy.
7.5,
We did
and a
not
9.
plan this. We did not.
Yeah,
Why
we
did you
really
go so
did.
low?
I was very close to giving it an 8.9, but then what the law brought up right now about like how they've grown, I was like, I'll take it a couple points.
I was
down.
gonna give it an 8.6, but I really enjoyed it, so I'm like, nah, let's give it an extra little.
Honestly,
That's why I went a little high, because I think it's a giant leap from Memento.
No,
I
so
think
do
it's
I.
a giant
So do
leap.
I,
this
but I don't
isn't
think
the film that's right after.
He
Yeah.
also had
No,
two
no.
films in
Yeah.
between.
But I don't
Memento.
think it's enough to jump the 9 yet.
Like,
No.
mind if I?
Oh, dude, I
kick
could
off
see
a
Interstellar already
point?
from here.
Can I kick off a point? Like, Nolan, what I'm realizing with him, which is really interesting, is how he likes to play with time.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I know what he's doing. The whole idea of like moments from the past and the future all can connect emotionally with other moments from the past, future, present. And he really likes playing in that in-between space where it's kind of like, oh, the last time he felt this emotion was here. The last time there was this kind of tension was here. And it's really cool, but
It's hard.
I think what it is that it almost becomes like when you learn your first skateboard trick and you
get
just
outta here.
you only do that one, and it's kind of like, okay, cool, dude, like you're doing it really cool, but like what else is there? And then I think like the maximum of that is like when you look at Tenet, and like Tenet is like, I'm just gonna play with time all over the place to the point where even the characters are going through time.
It's meta Nolan.
Yeah,
It's
and
too much, that one.
And
You
then
know-
at that point, you're like, well, I'm not enjoying the factor of it having this emotional weight back and forth.
Though that's a fair point, and this is his fourth film that we can kind of start.
This
with
is a senior.
intended.
No.
No pun intended. Yeah,
This is
this
a
is his
senior.
fourth film. This is no pun intended, but we can start playing with the timeline of Christopher Nolan's career. You start to learn how to use that tool a lot better when he's doing something like Oppenheimer.
Oh,
Right,
that's what I was
When
gonna say.
we'll
yeah.
talk about next week, but
yeah.
or in 2 weeks. But
I was gonna-
I think Oppenheimer is a fantastic job of using the time jump thing inside a character finally. And I don't quite think he's done that before. I mean, Dunkirk was slightly getting there, but and Interstellar certainly a
That's
masterclass.
what I was
on
going to
it.
bring up is that I feel like the Prestige is until Oppenheimer was the best use of his like jumping between
Time
times.
jumps.
I wouldn't even consider this like a time jump. If anything, I saw it more as flashbacks.
Well, I think
I'm with you on that.
there was
Yeah.
moments that it was intentional to disorient the audience.
For sure.
It was using the sleight of hand. He was being a magician.
I
the
never
film.
thought
But-
about it jumping back in time.
But at a certain point
I
in
did.
time,
of course
I
that's
mean,
what he was doing.
you're trying to use these
But I read it
as
as a
a way
flashback.
to have emotional parallels, but then you're like, or I could just give them a scene that's not going to make sense, and it's going to be this little trick. And I mean,
Yeah.
it's throwing you off completely. Like the film did a good job at throwing you off. But look at like these later films where it's kind of like, let's be honest. Let's have a straight delivery of like what timeline are you in? And-
I'll add an amendment to your observation. I think that I don't think that they're that far apart on the spectrum in terms of flashbacks and time jumps. I think they're the exact same thing. But
I just think the wording is a little bit better to say flashback because time jumps. It just seems like it's too science fiction.
but it is science fiction. This film is a
But this
science
is a little
fiction
bit more-
film.
No, but I will say the
It
formula,
is a science fiction
No, no,
film.
it
It's
is,
a
but-
sci-fi
It's a little bit more
film.
grounded.
But the formula Nolan used on this one to tell the story, you see a lot more in like other directors using.
Sure, but my point
I
with
think he
this,
uses
in
it
terms of
better.
the spectrum, is that I think that Interstellar has to fall into this conversation. Interstellar feels closely related to this one because of how he uses time jumps and flashbacks. It feels more seamless, but it's the same thing he does in every film.
Really?
Yeah,
He
absolutely.
is that guy.
And-
I think it's a different vibe in this one.
you're right. Like
It's a different vibe, but it's the exact same. Like
this again, for this storytelling tool, you'd see this film be a sharpened knife compared to other ones where like Memento felt like, okay, I know you know what you want, but you still need time. You still
Yeah,
need time to
now
kind
that I'm
of
thinking about it,
refine
yeah.
it.
Yeah, for sure.
But this
Absolutely.
one, very refined. I love the performances that he got out of the actors.
Yeah.
Like this, the tension. So many of those moments that you would see where Christian Bale and Wolverine were looking at each other.
Hugh Jackman.
Hugh Jackman.
Huge.
Huge Jackman.
Jackman.
Those moments when they would look at each other after being called on the stage and being like spoiling each other's trick. I feel like there's a whole lesson in talking about the subtleties as an actor, right? On the looks and the right kind of expression.
Well, the genius part is he's playing two characters and he's not telling you who it is. That's genius to me.
Yeah.
Well, he's playing one of the
Also,
characters. He's playing
dude,
fake emotions.
What the fuck, man? Like that's Christian Bale's whole MO now. Like to be like, come on.
Like a chameleon, or what do you mean?
Well, to
What do you mean?
yes,
do different
because he's a
version.
damn good chameleon. But to either be the guy who's smarter than everybody else in the room, but he downplays it, or to be the guy playing two different personalities,
Right.
Like that's kind of his thing.
I don't know.
Name
Have you
three
seen
films.
Have
What do
you
you mean?
seen
What do you mean?
The Fighter?
Yeah,
That's I don't know if he's the smartest guy in the room. Down
Yeah,
well,
he's a little crack.
Ford v Ferrari.
but
Ford v Ferrari?
he's the smarter guy. He's just downplaying himself so that. Matt
Have you-
Damon's character seems like the smarter
have you
guy,
seen,
but think about the scene in the showroom with the kid of Ford v Ferrari. Think about that scene. It's the same fucking thing.
Have you seen Empire of the Sun?
Have you
He's a
seen
literal
American
child.
Psycho.
Where I'd say that he's the most a chameleon, where I feel like he's the most a chameleon is American Hustle. I think
Yo, American Hustle is such a good fucking actors movie.
And
It's such
and
a good
him,
actors movie.
I didn't know that was him for most of the film the first
Yeah.
time I screened it.
Yeah.
So that's impressive.
On performances, I would say this was probably my favorite Hugh Jackman performance. Though.
Yeah.
Honestly, yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I just think Kristen Bale did it. I think he stole the show.
I've heard
Yeah, I
he's good in
agree.
Prisoner, but
100%.
I haven't seen Prisoner yet.
Scarlett Johansson still.
Oh, Prisoner. That's what you show his
I forgot
talent.
Scarlett
about
Johansson
fucking
was actually pretty good in this.
No, that's the only one I kind of don't agree with. I think
Yeah.
Scarlett?
she was miscasted. She's beautiful. I just think
I think the
you know what
character
we were
was
talking about it. Yeah, she was a perfect distraction, and I was kind of distracted.
Yeah, because I don't think she was a well. I don't think she's a well written character.
Is it because? Oh, okay. Well,
I parallel her with Cameron Diaz in Gangs of New York. Could there have been a better quote unquote unknown actress? Sure, but the point of the characters to see it is a magic trick, right? Is to get your attention to see if they can hold it through as an actor, right? It's giving them a chance to act.
The only thing I'm probably thinking is I know Scarlett Johansson what she became,
right?
So I'm probably seeing that. I'm like,
yeah, and then you see that's an unfair lens.
Yeah.
I think that's what we have to discern because, I mean, for me, Lost in Translation, man, is that's how I'll always think of Scarlett Johansson.
I gotta admit though, like if you get another actress like Rachel Weisz or something like that to play this role instead of Scarlett Johansson, I feel like she could pull it off a little bit better. Because Scarlett Johansson did seem like a sales point on this one, but Rachel Weisz, she was the favorite.
Oh yeah, the Mummy.
You know what? I'm glad you brought that up because I was gonna piggyback off of a point that
Mr. O
that the law was making. Yeah, you see, but is Rachel Weisz attractive?
Oh no, I thought
my guy, she's a great fucking actor.
She's a great fucking actor, but is she attractive enough? Because that's what that character.
The thing about her though is that she is. I find her to be attractive. I think she's a great actress, and on top of that, she looks very, very similar to the wife already. So that would be another addition.
No, but
because they
need
have
somebody who's gonna look like a showgirl.
That's exactly.
Why you need the blonde, big boobed bimbo.
You literally
and it's not because that's what Scarlett Jo is. It's because that's what the character is.
Yeah.
And not only that, you needed them to be
kind
complete
of
opposites. You couldn't have her be like the wife.
That's why I was kind of hesitant.
Yeah, Rachel Weisz would play the wife. That'd be great as the wife. I'm down. I'm down for Rachel Weisz. I like Rachel Weisz. I just think that.
But like, I get what you're saying, CK. But for their characters, they had to fall in love with two completely different people.
It just seemed like they casted Scarlett because she was on a really good high for Hollywood. To me, it felt like a Hollywood casting for Scarlett.
It was.
For sure.
That's the point I wanted to make.
That's what I'm saying.
Though I think it's a twofold thing. It is a Hollywood casting thing, but you also didn't need Scarlett Jo when you had the rest of the cast already. I don't think she's solely the purpose of that.
Well, you
but
also
I do think she's the magic trick of she has to be the pretty assistant for the magician.
You mentioned that, I was like, wow.
You know, so but to your point though, I think this is why I rate this film so low because I'm just not used to seeing Christopher Nolan in a Hollywood packaging. I thought The Dark Knight was the only thing he did in that thing.
This is a Hollywood
This felt
package.
very studio-y.
It was a studio. It's a $40 million film.
I hate
first
to
of
do
all.
this.
That's not cheap.
But
Give me 2 minutes of it. Give me. What do you mean by that?
I
2
called
minutes.
it like within a couple minutes. I was like, dude, this feels like a mid-2000s studio film.
Just because of the look.
Yeah,
That's part of it.
the look,
No, well,
the
I mean,
production value,
the
fact that like the whole outdoors were shot in a studio, like the fact that the filmmaking itself is in this really polished package. And that only comes from money, but it also comes from the fact that you need to work with a studio.
Yeah,
Who's gonna have
don't get me wrong.
board members and all that.
He got better at polishing those bumps.
Yeah.
He got better at polishing those bumps because his films are high budget, like polished films. They are. They're pretty films. All of that. But I think this was packaged in a studio packaging, and it had to be, man. You're setting a period piece. You're making it about magicians. You had to package it in the studio packaging. And I hate to like dumb it down so much, but it feels almost like a studio filter, right? And that studio filter, like as much as I hate that because like I actually kind of guilty pleasure love these films, it felt like National Treasure.
Yeah.
You know?
No.
Yes,
okay,
of course.
Damn,
like,
I'm
you know,
noticing
like
that.
if you start kind of parallel, and again, it's not to say that it's a less better film for it, but I think that packaging I expected out of like what he did with The Dark Knight. And I know I'm going to get so much flack from this because I know people deem like The Dark Knight as this amazing cinematic hero thing, and I don't agree, but it's still Nolaning. Just with a studio like structure.
I see what you're saying. It doesn't feel like it looks like a studio.
It feels like a studio. You have a massive cast, famous people playing these big roles. You have
No, I get all that. I just don't. I guess I do get it. God dang it! It's just it doesn't.
You also have to remember he's in the middle of doing the Batman franchise.
right.
Yeah, so he's already caught up.
He's
like,
got the
he's
clout,
very lost in the
but
sauce.
he's still
I've
got
said
to
this in
prove
other
that he
episodes.
can
It's
handle
to me-
these budgets with these casts and this marketing. I also don't know, did this movie make anything? Did it do anything?
Oh, that's true. Did the mom or what?
Yeah,
Oh no, yeah, it made its money.
it made its money.
It was indeed a banger.
It was a banger. It for sure.
Oh, yeah, more than
Yeah.
doubled its budget.
That's
Oh
pretty-
wow!
Yeah.
Came out on my birthday.
The
Came out on your
best-selling
birthday.
truck bed cover in the world.
2006.
A real truck. but
That's
back.
why my parents didn't go to my birthday
It's
party.
Toyota
They were
month.
watching-
They were there, but they weren't.
Toyota-thon.
And again, it's not fair. It's not fair to make this assessment because
I almost feel like this was his first time being able to tell like an original story playing with studio type money.
Yeah. And again, there's nothing wrong with that. If anybody's going to do it, it's people like Nolan, it's people like Spielberg. Like, it's not fair to throw this on to them. But at the same time, again, I guess I just felt like this was going to be, he was going to use that magic trick in just certain, like in a franchise, right? Which is what Batman was. But he certainly got better at it, and he certainly got better at telling these character stories in much more complex ways. Though I gave it a lower rating, quote unquote, for those like reasons, it does sit better with me than Memento does, and Memento got a higher rating for me. But again, resources and where you're at as a storyteller and how much credit I have to give you at that point, fine. I can only imagine that Insomnia is an even bigger studio picture.
It doesn't feel like it. Who's watching?
I don't know. I've never seen it. I can only
Who's watching
imagine
it?
it is because
I'm
it's his
so
follow-up to
confused.
Memento. He's got to prove himself. You know, at the end of the day, he's got to prove himself. But I also haven't seen it.
It's just like your typical trailer,
the
like
cast alone, dude.
thriller. My bad.
Al Pacino and Robin Williams.
This looks
Yeah,
like,
like it's
a
in
Michael Mann
Alaska
film.
and somebody gets
Hilary
killed in Alaska.
Swank, like, come on.
What year did that come out in?
2006. Oh,
2002. And what year did Heat come out in?
Holy shit!
Heat?
They were probably
95?
filming this movie
95?
while I was
96,
born.
94.
I don't know. This looks like a Michael Mann film.
Heat
95.
95.
Heat is a banger.
It is a banger.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm not gonna bullshit though.
That
I
shooting
have
scene.
never sat down and watched the entirety of Heat.
Really?
I've tried
Oh,
twice.
that's great.
I've tried twice,
What?
but they were both because I was fucking baked.
Oh, well, that's, yeah.
Well,
Nah,
that's
it's a
usually-
good cat and mouse thing, dude. It's a terrific
Heat? Oh,
kind of
yeah.
cat and mouse game. It's really good.
I just know that
Besides
line
Al
where he's
Pacino
like,
was-
"She's got a great ass,
Yeah.
He was on so much
But
blow.
that
He's
conversation
admitted
at
it.
the diner, man, that thing.
dude." And then what else? It's becoming a meme now that everyone's like, "Yo, if you see Val Kilmer, he actually does the reload properly, and the Navy SEALs use it."
Have you guys seen the
heard that.
one of you guys must have sent it to me, was like they cut what they're doing in the diner scene? Like they cut, so like they're having the conversation and then they cut like they're like cutting their steak or they're like
never seen
touching
that.
each other's
I've never seen
hands.
And like they're cutting it all stupid, or they're just kind of like playing with their food, and then cut
or
back.
they're like
And then just
holding
coming back.
hands at one point or
Yeah.
touching each other's legs, or it's so fucking
That's
hilarious,
creative.
dude. It's
So,
funny.
what would you have done differently, Carlos? Or what would you have liked to have seen?
You know what sucks is that I always say this about either actors or directors, that their trajectory, unfortunately, it's two things, right? It's one for them, one for me, right? That's always the standard rule in Hollywood. Like, you got to do one for you, one for them,
Yeah.
And feed the system, right? Feed the monster that's feeding you. But
Yeah.
that's the unfortunate part. If I had my druthers, of course not. I'd keep doing what I deem to be like straight cinema without all the bells and whistles. But at the same time, I'm also very encouraging of that. If I see a storyteller that is doing good in their first couple of films, I unfortunately think the only way to survive in this game is to go do a couple of studio pictures. That way, you do a couple of studio pictures, they trust you with money, they trust you with things, and then you do whatever the fuck you want, and you can package your stronger cinematic kind of films in these packagings. And the best excuse or the best example I can use right now is somebody like Ryan Coogler. And I think that it's a really interesting conversation because though I didn't like Ryan Coogler for most of his career, he did the right moves. He did Fruitvale Station, then he did the Black Panther series, and then he did the Rocky thing, the Creed films.
Creed, yeah.
And now he did Sinners, which is a terrific fucking cinematic accomplishment. I will say this, in comparison, one of my favorite filmmakers, if Carlos was doing this, Carlos would make the same mistakes that Damien Chazelle made. Okay? Damien Chazelle made Whiplash, and then he made La La Land. Great, kind of big studio
Well, no, you
things.
missed one.
What?
I mean, he started with.
Well, he did First Man, right? First Man was
Park Madeline.
well, no, but that doesn't really count. Like that was his college film. Like though it's a terrific picture. It's not like what got their attention, right? Whiplash was like what got people's attention. Then he did La La Land. Then he did First Man. All studio pictures, all kind of palatable things to an extent. And Whiplash is in that Fox Searchlight kind of still indie darling situation, right? But it won Oscars. Then he did Babylon, and nobody gave a shit. Like,
But it's his best.
it's his best fucking
It's an
film,
underrated one
but
for
nobody
sure.
gave a shit, and they didn't know how to market it. But so it was. I mean, it was a studio picture. It had a studio budget, but he said, "Fuck it, fuck this studio packaging. I'm gonna make this picture." And now where is he? He even admits, he's like, they're not going to make me let me make the next one, man. I'm going to have to go do some fucking stupid thing so that I can make the next one. So I'm in a rock and a hard place when it comes to this particular concept.
It's almost like Nolan had the best of both worlds.
He did.
He took the studio route, the studio stuff, and now they're like, oh, we don't care what you make. Here's
$100 million.
Here's $200 million to go make the Odyssey.
And I mean,
hold on, hold that thought, because CK had a thought.
I was gonna ask, did Chazelle do Amsterdam?
No,
was that him? Or
that was David O. Russell, I think.
Okay,
that was David O. Russell. Another one
Bale.
who I felt like
Christian Bale.
And that's what bums me out about, like, that's the dangerous side of taking the studio route. David O. Russell's a terrific storyteller, but then he does Amsterdam. Also, like the director of Swingers, Doug Liman. Doug Liman, I thought, was going to be this amazing indie fucking character storyteller, and he does Tom Cruise pictures now, like the one where he dies and resurrects every time. What is it called?
Mission Impossible. Live, Die, Repeat.
Live, Die, Repeat, or whatever.
No, Edge of Tomorrow.
Yeah, no,
That's
that,
actually a really good one.
that one's good, but oh my god. Did you hear anything about the whole marketing? Like when they do a breakdown, that the marketing fell apart because they didn't know what to call it, and then they called it Edge of Tomorrow. Then the first name was Live, Die, Repeat.
I did hear this.
And it just went through like hell in the marketing phase.
Yeah.
Where then when it came out, I think it bombed because
of that. But it's really
my
good. My
point is, like, Doug Liman is making those types of pictures, So I think that's the dangerous side of taking the studio route. I also think that route's going to be non-existent in the next 10 years. I don't think the studio packaging is going to exist the way we know it. I think it's going to go away.
I mean, especially after something like Nora in this past Oscar season, I think it's really opened itself up to the public is agreeing with, I think, the critics in that they want a better film experience and cinematic experience.
Make no mistake, there's still going to be a split down the middle among streamers. Okay, like there's still going to be the streamers who are going to do dog shit movies about whatever, right? And you're still going to have people like A24 becoming a more prestigious name, taking more risks. I think one of those studios, believe it or not, despite the fact that they probably have the most money, is Apple. I think the risks Apple are taking are fucking terrific in series and in films.
Yeah. And they're spending
but you'll see, you'll still have the split.
Their first big studio one.
That's Apple,
and it was actually
great.
pretty
F1
decent.
was Apple.
They took some risks and they paid off.
Wait, no, they did Irishman.
They got that. They got the studio.
No,
Netflix did The Irishman.
They're funding Scorsese next.
They
did Killers of the Flower Moon.
That's right.
And they're doing the studio.
Apple also did
Severance.
Yeah.
The Tragedy of Macbeth, which I haven't seen.
Cohen.
Yeah.
A Cohen's thing. Yeah,
They
I'm
already won a Best Picture for Coda.
Yeah.
They're up
But
there.
I'm pretty sure they bought Coda though.
Yeah, they might have been a
I
distribution
think they
thing.
got distribution for it. I don't think they were the.
Well,
the
regardless,
A24
I think there's going to be your Apples, and then there's going to be your Netflixes, and I think that will never go away because that's the conversations we have as cinephiles, right? But I think that Austin's right. I think that Christopher Nolan knew how to play jump rope with that line, and maybe he didn't. Maybe he was just winging it, but he certainly figured it out. And now, like from Oppenheimer to what he's doing now. Yeah, he's going to be the first director to get a $400 million budget. Mark my words. They're not going to give a shit how much it costs.
What's the highest budget of a film? Is it
350?
Made
Citizen Kane?
400.
Who?
What was the budget of Avatar 2?
Yeah, there's been films
Nah,
that
but
were
it-
made with like massive.
Probably 250.
I remember the first
200.
one.
No,
The first
dude.
one was 250.
Avatar's like. I thought Avatar was the one where they
All
said
right,
like
you guys placing your bets? Avatar.
I'm at 250
It's
for
it's
Avatar. Wait,
Avatar.
the first Avatar?
I'll place my bet.
Just give me the film and how much.
I think I remember the
Avatar
first one. They said
2,
the first one was 200.
and I think it's 800 million.
No, I'm at
No.
250.
Jesus.
250 for
on what?
Avatar 2.
Wait, so we're talking about all time or what the budget
No.
for Avatar 2 is?
Avatar 2.
I say probably.
Because I'm telling you right now, Avatar 2 is not the right answer.
Okay, then what's
do you mean?
the film with the highest budget?
Hold on. Can
And
I
if you
guess?
guys know
What's
in
the
the
budget
comments,
of Avatar 2? Hold on.
put it in the comments before.
460.
460.
And
Wow.
it's not the highest.
What year?
Oh fuck.
It's pretty recent.
Really?
Oh, I love this. Pretty recent, like 5 years ago?
Opposite?
Okay, so it's around 5 years. What was that much during the pandemic?
What's higher than 460? Maybe one of the Avengers films?
Oh, no, sorry. It was 350 for Avatar 2.
Okay.
350.
I
And that's, by the way, that's number 9.
Oh, dear God.
Dear God.
So
Can I take a guess on this?
Hold on,
You're looking at my screen.
Okay, one more. Give us the genre.
Sci-fi.
Interstellar?
Sci-fi fantasy.
Can we get the director?
It is a franchise.
sci-fi fantasy Star Wars.
Which one?
Which one?
What?
Rise of Skywalker.
That's number 3 at 416.
I was gonna say Transformers, but no, I guess not.
No, it's gonna be one of the Star Wars. So it's got to be
Yeah.
the Rise of Skywalker, the casino one. There's a Ryan Johnson's. Is that really the highest one?
Nah.
It's The Force Awakens.
Wow.
At
Which honestly
447.
was
440.
the greatest.
Is that the
film
one that everybody likes
no,
or
I'm
hates?
just kidding.
No,
it
that's
was
The Last Jedi.
I'm not
It was the one
surprised.
that people were like
The
conflicted
Force
with that one.
Awakens.
Yeah,
the, like,
it had the biggest
the
production
bring
value.
back Star Wars
Yeah,
movie.
yeah.
Like,
Jurassic
the
World
fucking-
Fallen Kingdom is number 2 at 432.
Jeez, man, Colin Trevorrow. Okay, and you know what sucks is that I was gonna say, fine, Chris Nolan's gonna be the first, like,
$500 million.
good director,
Yeah.
but fucking James Cameron.
Fast X
Yeah.
Yeah.
at
Fast
379.
When they're in space?
Pirates of the Caribbean, yeah. Age of Ultron. Wow, even Endgame wasn't as
Oh, so
expensive.
frustrating.
DC. Oh my God.
But
Ant-Man.
you know what? Maybe not.
Doctor
Maybe not.
Strange,
It's not as
Multiverse of
frustrating though.
Madness.
This list is composed of what
This
it's
is-
composed of.
The Way of
At
Water
least
was
Avatar.
cheaper.
At least
Snow
Avatar
White?
sits in there, man. Like Avatar.
Yeah.
The Lion King. No, I'm just kidding.
By the way, you want to know the budget for the Odyssey?
I don't like this list at all. What is it?
Yeah, I don't like it. Yeah, what is it? Is it?
250.
Wow,
That's modest, I
That's
guess.
actually pretty cool.
That's pretty modest.
Yeah.
I always thought that, man.
What, Titanic?
what?
Titanic was going to be the one?
It's
No,
more
no.
than-
I figured that.
By the way, Oppenheimer budget was 100.
Just 100.
100 million.
Yeah.
That's
That
fucking
seems to be
sick.
Nolan's kind of standard.
So,
But so 250
Odyssey's
is a
going to
big
be his
buck, but-
biggest ever.
That's fucking cool.
Yeah, what?
250.
50.
250.
Wow.
And
And
look
more-
at the amount of stars that thing has. It's a period piece.
I saw somebody dropped off, and then they got somebody out. Dropped out, and
Ooh.
No,
It was like Tom Holland,
it was-
John Bernthal, Matt Damon.
Robert Downey Jr. was
yeah.
gonna play like fucking. No,
Zendaya's in it, John Berthal,
Rob-
Patterson, and Hathaway.
Robert Downey was gonna play somebody massive in it, like
Yeah.
a key player. Like I think, fucking, I can't think of Homer or something.
Yeah.
remember too.
But then
He's Doctor Doom.
he signed the contract with Doctor Doom.
He was
so
gonna
he's
be
like-
oh,
Poseidon,
hey, quick.
He was gonna be Poseidon?
He was gonna be Poseidon.
Am I the only one that doesn't
sucks.
like that?
That
Yeah, of
he
course I don't
went
like
back
that
to
either.
Marvel?
No, that he's Doctor Doom. But
No, I don't care.
the
I could care less. I just hate
No,
that because of this, he can't be fucking Poseidon in the Odyssey.
I think you just perfectly described why that movie is gonna, whatever project it is gonna bomb. Because it's either you don't like it or you don't give a shit about it.
It's just
For the Odyssey?
Go get
For
somebody
the
else.
Doctor Doom.
Yeah, go get
Oh,
somebody else.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
He's already
is
he's
he
Tony
no,
coming out?
but
Stark.
it's in line with the comic line.
Is
Like
he
there's a
coming
comic
out-
book series that makes Doctor Doom.
That's what I was
Tony
trying
Stark,
to reason in my
so,
head. Like, there's probably
yeah.
gonna be a reason. No,
yeah, dude.
Is he coming out as Doctor Doom in Fantastic Four?
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
But
they're
that
playing with
one's back in the day.
the 40s. Yeah, they're playing again, dude. Like Marvel has already played with time travel. Like,
Yeah,
that's
that's-
not going to be that hard.
Yeah, but we're here to talk about real cinema.
Yeah, my bad,
Right.
my bad. That
I was
just
gonna
got-
say
yeah,
this.
That really grinds my
I was going to say
gears.
this. We were having the conversation earlier about studio pictures
Right.
and it getting the studio treatment. I do think that this one is one of the better ones that I've seen when it
Yeah.
comes to something that feels Hollywood.
Absolutely.
But is an insanely good movie. Like,
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
the whole time I was watching it, I know that,
You're riveted for sure.
yeah.
I think we all were.
Yeah,
Once we
Yeah,
all finally
like,
got settled in,
there-
all of us were locked in.
Absolutely.
perfect runtime. The pacing was great. I mean, yeah, no, it's a good film. And again, it does have you like in the classic Nolan trance of like,
And I hate to be the broken record, but this is definitely one of those that it's a rewatchability because you got to go
Yeah.
back
Yeah.
and see
For
those
sure.
little
But
who's who.
I'll toss this out there though. I don't know how you guys felt, but I feel like this particular film does let the audience figure it out.
yeah.
And again,
What
it,
do you mean?
it has to have that. Like,
Like-
it's not
Like,
that
it does-
Like,
it
I
doesn't-
think
It's not a Inception where
Yeah.
like they have to let the thing keep spinning.
Yeah.
or
This is-
Interstellar.
Yeah,
like,
this is one where like at the very end, the whole like rabbit out of the hat,
Yeah.
Right.
Dude, there was a point where I think all of us at one point during the screen was like, oh.
Oh,
yeah,
that's what it is. Got
okay,
it.
I get
Cool.
it. I get it. And
Cool.
like the Lao was like, I think at one point 4 of us had figured it out and the Lao still hadn't. And you were trying to get it like, no, you get it. And we're like, no, dude, he hasn't. Let him.
No, it was pissing me off because I was thinking maybe I haven't got it.
But once all of us did, then it was almost that much more exciting, right? Like to let it get to the ending. Like,
and to me, that's cinema, bro. Everybody was just clocked in.
What I did appreciate about this film, I didn't realize how much of a staple it was for Nolan. I didn't realize it, I guess, till this one, that he always has to use an item, an identifier. In this case, it was a rubber ball.
The MacGuffin.
In Inception, it's the spinning dreidel thing,
Look at
whatever
this guy
it is.
using cinema words.
What?
The MacGuffin.
The MacGuffin. Well, the MacGuffin is the story trope of it. Yeah, the sleight of hand. But the item itself.
Yeah, the who's real, right?
Yeah.
The who's real item, you know?
Yeah. I didn't realize how much of a Nolan thing that was till this film.
What was it in
It's
Memento?
in every single one of his films.
Memento was
the
tattoos.
The
it was
tattoo,
the pictures. Yeah.
The tangible thing, right? This one it's the ball. Inception, it's the spinning thing. Interstellar.
Tenet?
I don't know. I didn't watch Tenet enough. I didn't care enough.
The genuine question, because you always bring up Tenet. Did you really enjoy it?
I thought it was good. I thought it was fun.
So why do you make fun of it so much?
No, because I'm surprised that everybody's like, oh man, ass film, more like Astifer Nolan. And it's like, no, wait, I mean, it's...
It's a good film, but...
Tenet has something too.
I also think you're misremembering it.
It's just...
Because you always
bring crammed a lot of things in there.
No, my thing with like the law is like, you keep bringing up Tenet when it comes to time jumping, but Tenet doesn't do time jumps.
It does time reverse.
Exactly.
I can't say shit because I've never seen it.
No, really,
that's a way of
time jumping,
time traveling, yeah, or whatever.
Like the biggest example would be like Dunkirk.
Oh, Dunkirk is so fucking good.
I need to rewatch both those again. Like,
I actually need to. I haven't seen Dunkirk since we saw it in 35. I don't think I rewatched it.
I rewatched Dunkirk like once a year.
Yeah, I haven't rewatched it since we first saw it.
It's top 3 for me.
Yeah. I don't know. My point is, anyways, like there is a tangible item that he uses in every single one of his films.
I figured them all out, but what about Oppenheimer? What does he use in Oppenheimer?
Oh, the bomb. That's a tangible item you can touch.
Like the glasses?
Isn't there something he's always fidgeting with?
The cigarette?
No. There's a the conversation with Einstein. No, he's always fidgeting with something.
Honestly, I think it might be an audible one on that one. The clock ticking.
Maybe.
Oh yeah.
Maybe.
Well, one thing I do want to talk about. Is the cinematography.
Oh look, there's Jonathan Nolan.
Because it actually was nominated that year for cinematography.
Oh,
really?
Yeah.
Cinematography.
So I wanted to get your take on it.
So,
can I say something? Honestly,
sure,
my bad. Really quick. It'll be a really quick note. I apologize.
Damn.
I feel
good.
I feel like the editing butchered the cinematography opportunity on this one.
That's interesting.
I feel like they just cut the fuck out of this movie. Like there were some moments that you couldn't even look
I bet you
where-
they're just trying to figure it out.
But like the cinematography tells such a great story, but they were like, we're gonna keep on making you blink. We're gonna keep on making you blink in the edit. And I felt like, whoa, that's what brought it really Hollywood, because it was like, because the more cuts you have, the more you're engaging the audience's entertainment, but by picking up the pace.
Yeah.
But if it had the balls to just kind of like slow it down a little bit, I feel like cinematography really could have fucking shined, because it was really good.
But you see, that's the thing. It would have made it even that much more Hollywood, where these cuts are turning it into a much more like.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Is it the jarring cuts? It felt like it was there because there was a studio exec over someone's shoulder. Hey,
oh no,
this is not
I
fast
feel the
enough.
opposite.
This is not fast enough.
I feel the opposite. I feel like the cinematography was this big, beautiful, grand showcase of a film, and the cuts make it much darker, much more cinematic. I think that cinematography is a studio decision, and the editing is the filmmaker decision.
That's interesting, because like when it comes down to it, like all these things are sets. You know, every single. Well, I assume the majority of the locations are sets. So I feel like that's why the cinematography really shines.
It was shot in the studio.
So being able to having to replicate natural lighting in that sense, plus like going into coverage, like.
Bro,
even
but that's a soundstage. That's the most studio thing in the world, is to recreate the thing inside a building and you guys make it look real.
But that's one thing, though, is
cinematographer.
Yeah,
you know? That's
one thing, though, is like, low-key,
I have an opinion.
State your opinion. State it for the people.
Give me your opinion, please.
My thoughts as a cinematography wizard
Say it with your chest.
are that
I have 3 things I hate about her.
There's 3 things I hate about cinematography.
Starting with the first.
I'll say this. One
They use the camera.
is that I feel like what you're thinking about being this butchering with the cinematography and the edits and all that, this film is playing with the concept of a magic trick, right? And there's two sides of that. There's the magician, and then there's also the audience members. What I think the cinematography does great is that it knows when to create compositions and
I didn't
shots.
even notice that.
Huh?
What a sexy aspect ratio it had.
The 2.
2391. Wow. No, like
135.
there's 2 perspectives that it's constantly playing with. One is the audience, what the audience is going to see as the trick, which is what like Christian Bale and Hugh Jackman are constantly like arguing about. Like what are they gonna see? And even Michael Caine's like, oh man, if you do this wrong, they're going to see you in the back row. And it's always this idea of like what the audience will be able to like have. So every time they're showing the trick happen, I think something lovely is that they're trying to also give the illusion to the audience watching the film where you always want to see more. And they know that they can trick you easier in the shots, but they don't want to make you feel like, oh, we just had a quick edit and that's how we got rid of it.
That's the thing, though. That's what's the most inherently cinema, and what's the most inherently a magic trick in cinema is the editing. And I think that's where you hide the bunny in the hat, right? Is through the editing. Otherwise, it's a play. It's how are you going to describe this?
But they also don't overdo it. Like I mean, in one part where they hide it in the edit is when he's in the courtyard and he's doing the whole ball illusion thing, and then acts
With
like
the
he's
cop?
dropping the ball, and you see him go down.
Yeah.
But then it's enough that like you can piece together, oh, that was a trick for him.
Yeah.
So that's how he's able to get untied. And
No, there's poor ways to do it for sure. There's
poor ways done
to
in here,
do
but
it.
there's also ways where when you see the bird cage be collapsed, you know, and that whole trick being done over and over again, you're not looking at that in the perspective of the illusionist. You're looking at it from the perspective of the audience, like seeing that bird disappear in front of your eyes. And they try to do these wide shots. They try to do these medium shots. They do enough to make the audience think like, oh, wow, that was a real magic trick happening at that time it was being filmed. And I think that's something special. Like, that's where I can see the cinematography was really, really well crafted to give the general theater-going audience that same feeling you would have had seeing the magic trick performed there and then.
Yeah.
Not documentary-esque, but enough to give you the feeling like maybe I could figure this out.
Yeah.
And I think that's
I
what
wonder-
the film does really well.
I wonder how I don't know. I'm having a battle here because I actually love Christopher Nolan and Wally Pfister together. I thought it was a shame. I mean, not a shame. Good for Wally. Wally wanted to become a director. That's why he stopped working with Nolan. And Nolan, you know, eventually started working with Hoyt. And that's a beautiful relationship also. Don't get me wrong. But I have a hard time deeming it too because I feel like Wally was pigeonholed to the studio era of Nolan. And I mean, this cinematography to me feels like a little bit like a reenactment of like History Channel reenactments, you know. And is there anything special about those? No, they kind of have an existing, you know, formula.
I will say this, and this is for the young cinematographers watching and listening and trying to think like what makes something feel, let's say in this case, like studio compared to like what makes it feel indie.
Is indie the right word? I mean,
Yeah. I think indie is the right word because indie feels like there's limitations that are creatively being used and you can benefit from, but they are limitations. Compared to like studio, it feels you have all the toys to play with. This is what I was going to allude to. Something that I've been studying a lot recently is different types of diffusion because, I mean, the higher up you go in your budget and the more you can afford all the nice shiny toys, you start getting into this place of diffusion. And with me, at least, because we're always doing these indie projects, diffusion can sometimes feel like, well, what's available? You know, like if I just got like a sheet and a rag, throw it up, and we'll have that. But you hear all these different types of like, soft frost, half grid, opal, silk, quarter silk, bleach muslin, and all that kind of stuff. So then the question becomes like, well, what the hell? Like, I mean, if you only have one white rag, what?
Speak English, motherfucker.
If you only have like one white rag, you're just going to throw that on a C-stand and you're going to call it a day. But I noticed with this film, especially after like studying all the different types, I now understand that a careful gaffer, more so than the cinematographer, understands not only how to recreate the lighting and environment, but how do we use the right diffusion for the right moment
to tell the right story?
Yeah, and
that's the beauty. That's the beauty of the film scene. I apologize for cutting.
No, you're good. You're good. I was just gonna say that, like, to me, looking at all the different lighting situations that the characters were in, one being mourning in a home somewhere, the other one being on a stage, the other one being like underneath the stage, and you could tell. And at least for me, I can now start to understand the clear differences in the way that they were lighting and diffusing. Stuff like that, that's studio. Because studio, we have the toys to really...
I have a little bit of an argument there. I do think at the end of the day, though, you're absolutely right. It does have to do with
toys.
With the toys and how much you can hide. Let's just put it that way. But then you have people like Spielberg doing Lincoln, which has a totally different feel. It's set in the same era, probably has around the similar budget to a $40 million Nolan film, or like Gangs of New York. I think those films were a lot more intentional with their cinematography, and they weren't as studio.
I gotta disagree with you, because I watch Gangs of New York, and I think like this shit's Hollywood as fuck. You got Daniel Day-Lewis across side from Leo DiCaprio, and everyone's almost in a stage play with Cameron Diaz. And I think production design, costumes, makeup looks phenomenal, fucking great.
There's compositions that I think are more impactful, that this one doesn't linger on a composition too long, and it's also not trying to create a cool shot for too long. I mean, there's a lot of highlights in the cinematography, but I do think that Gangs of New York has more of those.
Why does it work, DeLo?
Huh?
Then why does it work in Gangs of New York?
Not only does it work, but I don't think there's anything inherently Hollywood. Even the quote-unquote cool shots are immensely intentional versus coverage, which is what I feel The Prestige has, is coverage.
I think
it's fancy coverage. I don't think there's anything that stand out about The Prestige.
I do. Here's the bad thing. There's a mixture of standardized coverage, meaning shots that are just there to serve as the over the shoulder. But there are also shots that I think in the cinematography enhances the moment, but those are only done for the magic tricks.
Give me an example, please.
For the magic tricks?
For the Prestige, like something that stood out to you in the cinematography.
No, to me, it was all the shots and the intention with the composition for the magic tricks. That's what I'm saying stood out for me, because if you go back and look at any time that they do the magic tricks, there's a lot of different angles that they're playing with. And to me, I was fascinated at the fact that they're using angles as perspective. Do we need to be on the illusionist side, or do we need to be on the audience side? And when we would first see the magic trick, you would see a lot of these more wide shots back, almost obscured. And once we were on the illusionist side, you would start to see these medium close-ups tights. Look at the whole thing with the birdcage and Michael Caine. Those shots were like, now let's look at the magic trick from the illusionist,
Right.
But I think like that's to me where it stood out. But when they're having dialogue, all the dialogue just feels like general coverage. All the like in the dining room and them arguing with each other.
Yes.
Over the shoulder, medium. Yeah.
Like, to double down on that general coverage thing, like within that, even in over the shoulder and even in the simple shit like that, you can still get very, very, that's where you really understand, okay, this guy, if they're able to still convert an over the shoulder, utilizing every single part of the frame, and have that be something that matters a lot, like that still tells the story properly. That's a fucking cinephile. That's somebody that's very,
what
very.
It is. It's incredibly safe.
Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't say that it's necessarily too. Well, okay. So going down onto the safe route, I guess, if that's the case, you still have to make it entertaining. You still have to make it something that's possibly like impactful regarding the film's language.
But just touch on that point. Your perspective in that conversation is, that's what the magic tricks feel like. That's where the pizzazz comes out.
Pizzazz comes in magic trick. all the shots, that's such a unique way to capture an illusion.
Whereas,
I think it loses.
I'm the wrong person to ask because I would try to be more intentional in these conversation pieces.
Well,
I wouldn't want that to get lost in coverage because these are two human beings that we're trying to give perspective on. And sure, you want the magic trick to be mundane at a certain level, right? What's the pledge of the magic trick? The pledge and the turn or twist, whatever they call it. You want those to hide in plain sight. I can understand that to an extent.
By the way,
The turn.
just to kind of like touch on the magic trick thing again. Look at when Bale's performing his magic tricks at those little shows and he's bombing. They have a standard angle, a standard wide, and for every bit of the pledge, the turn, and the prestige, it's the exact same shot.
By the way, those are the only times I felt it like
that's where it feels so
necessary to use the 2:3:9:1 aspect ratio.
I gotta go back.
Yeah.
Like anytime else, I'm just like, I didn't. Like it could have been full frame. It's Nolan. Like it could have been. It didn't matter to me. But those shots on the stage, specifically the smaller stages, oh gosh, genius use of the aspect ratio.
Yeah.
There is something that I kind of want to tap on when it comes down to like Nolan cinematography because this is something that I've noticed in Oppenheimer. I've noticed in fucking Inception. If you guys look into his scenes, he always starts the scene off with traditional coverage, like wide shot over the shoulders, close up.
Yeah.
But it's not even a close up. Wide shot over the shoulders, but the moment that it really kicks in, the moment that we go into a close-up, the moment that the camera starts pushing in is the moment that they're there, that they reveal why they're actually there. So, for example, like the opening, one of the first scenes in the movie is, well, we want to get your magic tricks, between the lawyer and then homeboy who's in jail. Wide shot over the shoulder, just simple coverage, but it's not until Bale is like, okay, let me see my daughter. That's when we go into the close-up because that's a moment. And in Oppenheimer, there was a moment that in the Truman scene, it was about like, congrats, you really surface level shit. Congrats, you really you established America and you're on Time Magazine and this is wide shot over the shoulders with Truman. But it wasn't until he said, what about the people that I killed? That we go into a push and that we really start to get into the intimacy literally in between the conversation.
Though that's fair. Think about the opening shots of Oppenheimer versus the opening shots of this film. Well, though on paper, traditional coverage, substantially more intentional. Especially the dead-on wide on Robert in the opening scene, parallel or juxtaposed with the sun. Those are intentional in my eyes, more intentional than like kind of what we got here. And maybe he was still learning. He's still learning how to take risks.
Yeah.
But I do think that I don't feel like this particular film, though its direction is great, you get the direction out of the editing and the performances.
Yeah.
I don't think there was anything super intentional about the cinematography.
Those push-ins that you're referring to, the moments that you see in his cinematography where you're like, oh, but then when he wants to emphasize, that's when we're really coming in. Those coming in shots are also coverage, because those are very much 100%. Those are the shots where you're saying, okay, we're gonna have this whole scene. Let's just get everything. Let's get the wide establisher, have him go through the full scene, the medium shot and the close up, and then in the edit, you'll leave it on the medium and the wide shot up until the point that you're like, oh, now we need it to be serious. We need to like really punch in on the emotion. Then you cut to that close up.
It's also not fair. It's also not fair. Christopher Nolan is not a bells and whistles guy. If you really think he's a meat and potatoes guy, like it's also not fair to compare it to something like Gangs in New York because Marty likes the wonders. Marty likes the strong push-ins. He likes the walkthroughs with the gangs. That's also not fair. Stylistically, Christopher Nolan is a much more meat and potatoes guy. He's not going to have to bring out the whistles until he's making Matthew McConaughey look through the bookshelf. You know what I mean? Like, that's when he's going to bring out the bells and whistles. But for something like The Prestige, it's not fair to hold that against him.
I'm not really holding the coverage situation against him.
No, I am. That's what I'm saying. It's also not fair per like your argument on how he's using coverage.
Yeah. Because in the studio, I'm pretty sure you guys know this, but traditionally, the whole reason why the concept of traditional coverage exists is because that was the first time that studios were able to actually bet their money on films that would succeed regardless, because it's the easiest way to tell a story. Fun fact. I still feel like to this day, a lot of people are throwing that idea away, which is fine. It's perfectly fine. I mean, I honestly agree. I mean, you guys have seen fucking Lucy's Room. It's a weird ass movie. It's all over the place. It's definitely not coverage. But I feel like it is still very, very important to understand the concept of every single coverage. Like, even dirtying up a frame.
Even for younger filmmakers, you have to learn the rules to know how to break them or bend them. Like, you do have to learn them. It's totally fine. The key word here is intentionality. Like, how intentional is Christopher Nolan being about these specific things?
Yeah.
I couldn't deduce it. Personally, I couldn't find it in The Prestige. I could find it in in Interstellar. I could find it in Oppenheimer to me is the most intentional, I think, Chris is, or Hoyt, if you want to point at Hoyt, has been in a film. I think Oppenheimer cinematography is beautifully curated. And that's just a standard to where he's at right now.
You think he's perfect described like that was?
I don't think he's perfected anything. I hope he hasn't perfected anything, but I do think that it's Nolan at his top. That's why the Odyssey to me is going to be a fucking mind-boggling thing, because how much better can he get, right? How much more intentional can he get, especially telling the story in that packaging? But I don't know. I think Oppenheimer, for me, everything about its cinematography was super intentional. And it also comes to start showing you, like, how long has he been working with Hoyt? 3 films?
I don't get what you guys like Oppenheimer so much.
Tenet.
Dude, when we watch
Dunkirk?
it again...
Yeah, because I'm seeing all this
Because
intentionality with certain
I
frames.
feel like he stopped working with Wally at Interstellar or something like that. I feel like Hoyt, because Hoyt was not Spielberg.
Yeah, Hoyt did Dunkirk and Oppenheimer.
Okay, so yeah, the last 3 films is he's been working with Hoyt.
And Tenet, no?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The last 3, right? So Oppenheimer, Tenet, Dunkirk.
Boom.
I feel like Hoyt's a much more artistically, whereas
He also did Interstellar.
yeah. Oh wow,
Interstellar.
Hoyt did Interstellar.
And Once Upon a Time.
Oh, I like this guy.
Which Once Upon a Time?
In Hollywood?
No, that was Robert.
The
That
last
was
one's Hoyt has done is
that was...
he's working on Odyssey right now. He did Oppenheimer. He did Nope. He did Tenet,
okay.
Ad
Hoyt.
Astra, Dunkirk, Spectre, Interstellar. He did her.
Wow.
Love her.
Call Girl, and then
Yeah. Hoyt. I don't know, man. Again, to me, he's more artistic in its flair. Wally's a studio guy, man, but he also had never had the chance to explore outside of that. Like, Wally Pfister only worked with Nolan, and he only worked with Nolan in the studio-heavy eras. This film's including that. So I don't know. Again, we can go around in circles about this, but I don't think that there's anything inherently intentional outside of the studio system for the cinematography for The Prestige.
I'm not gonna lie. I think there is. I think there is, because that's what makes a great filmmaker. Is like, studios will tell you, like, okay, why it's close up, over the shoulders, regardless. You can go whatever you want, but we still need that.
And you
we're
can
gonna
still make a
utilize that
great
in the
film.
edit.
Yeah.
And a great filmmaker is the one that's like, all right, bet I'll figure out a way to tell the story. For example, like the amount that they're dirtying up a frame.
Yeah.
Like, I'm gonna try to use the Ursa's came. Like, if it's 50% fucking dirtied and then 50% the main characters on one side, it tells you a lot about the dynamic between the two characters.
I
based
hope you
on
know
if it's
that
25,
he put me
based
on the dirty side and made himself the main character.
Yeah,
I mean, that's
Only
still
Let me
because-
ask you something. Let me ask you something because let me ask you something. If you didn't have the pretty thing to look at in the coverage, would you be as entertained? If
Well-
you didn't have Wolverine and fucking Deadpool, who was the other guy?
Hugh Jackman.
Hugh Jackman and
yeah. 'Cause
if you didn't have these two
Ryan
pretty
Reynolds,
faces to look at, no, it wasn't Ryan Reynolds. It was Jesus Christ. Stop confusing me. Christian Bale. If you didn't have Christian Bale and Hugh Jackman to look at for the majority of this picture, would the coverage be as entertaining for you?
Yeah. Well, I'll fight.
What's the guy from Memento's name?
I'll fight hard for yes, because I mean,
forget
even
his
the
name.
Elephant Man is traditional coverage. That dude is not pretty. And
No,
don't get me wrong.
but
There's many
remember-
scenes
But
with traditional coverage. in that
you're
one.
right. The Elephant Man is not pretty, but you can't turn away from it.
I was about to say
It's
that,
not
yeah.
boring.
It's not boring. Perfect. It's
Well,
entertaining.
cover-
with that,
Coverage
even
only
with that being
exists-
said, that being said, if you go down into Hallmark movies,
Right.
literally some of the biggest criterias of that is they have to look handsome and pretty and beautiful in a specific criteria, but you still turn the movie
That's
off.
the only thing I hate about it.
You still turn the movie off because it's too traditional.
It's fucking
It's
boring.
boring.
It is, yeah.
Exactly. But
Coverage can be boring.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, don't get me wrong. Coverage is boring because it's a formula created by a studio for financial success. It's literally like the worst part of filmmaking.
My
But
point
the
is,
greatest
I think
filmmakers are the
Nolan's
ones that,
cheating
like,
a little bit.
What-
I
what-
think the studio aspect gives him a leg up in this scenario because I'm never going to turn and look away from Scarlett Johansson. I'm not going to turn.
That's why I didn't like the casting because it felt like
Right.
a business decision.
It's
it wasn't a
studio
fucking
decision.
yes. Like but I guess one thing that I
But she's
one thing
meant
that
to
I
be
fuck
the
with when it comes down to
distraction.
exactly.
Yeah, so
What
that
were you,
works.
CK? What were you looking at when ScarJo was on screen?
What was I looking at?
ScarJo.
Yeah,
Honestly,
don't lie.
Honestly, I liked her. This is gonna sound obviously aside from like what we were all looking at. I liked her costume. A lot.
Point mate.
I like her
point made.
costume.
Rebecca Hall was also very terrific in this. I like
She
her
was
as an
great.
actress. I think she's terrific. Anyways, again, we can go in circles about this, but I
Carlos,
do.
nice,
I have a
fun-
fun fact for you.
You have a fun fact for
That
me.
I called out and you just were like, yeah,
Fun
that's
it up.
cute, kid.
What are you talking about?
The D23 on the prisoner.
Oh, that's
I didn't
actually
get that.
like
What is it? What is it?
it wasn't intentional. It's
Yes,
a
it
coincidence.
was.
It's a coincidence. It's a coincidence. Disney didn't come until after.
That's fine.
They didn't come until after.
But
I
it's
read
still-
that too. That's so.
still-
So as a prisoner, Christian Bale's like prisoner tag is D23.
D23.
D23 is the official fan club of Disney. It's Disney. 1923 is when they started the studio. So like D23 was it, but it turns out that Disney came in with Warner Brothers to do the American distribution of the film
Through Touchstone.
through Disney's company. And so, like, some people are like, "Oh, you see, that's a nudge to Disney." It's not. They came in after the fact.
You're telling me Nolan has done a Disney film?
Yeah.
So it was just a
Nolan has
random
very
number?
much done a Disney film.
So it was
By
just
the
a
way,
That's
the only other
amazing.
film that Disney and Warner Brothers distributed together was Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
Really?
Outside of that, those two rarely ever come together.
Wow.
That film used to freak me out.
Yeah.
Any other fun
Yeah,
facts?
well, I mean,
Any other fun
freaked that
facts,
actor out,
Carlos?
for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Funny
I've heard
fact,
the story.
Carlos.
Fun facts to
I
close
don't
out?
know.
Fun fact, Farlos?
Probably not. Christopher Nolan was not
Prestige.
the first choice to make this movie.
Who was?
Who would have been?
Jinx.
What do you guys
No.
think?
Wow.
I know the
Williams.
answers I saw, but
Robin Williams.
To direct this film?
Yeah.
Delano?
It was a huge leap of faith,
All
but
right. Guesses?
I'm trying to think who was
Who do you
around that
know?
time.
Let's go,
Lin-Manuel.
Is it known? Is he known? He's obviously known, right? Or is he?
He's known.
At the time?
He was
Lin-Manuel
the hot. He
Miranda.
was the hotshot director at the time because of one particular film.
Orson Welles.
Yeah, fucking absolutely.
Who would you think? I don't know.
David Lynch.
No. Sam Mendes. Sam Mendes was in line to direct this film because it was
okay.
right
Director
after
of
American
Spider-Man?
Beauty. No.
No, that's.
This could have been his sophomore film.
Yes.
Hold on, who's Sam Mendes?
American Beauty.
You mean American Beauty?
Oh, and Spider-Man. He also did the Doctor Strange one. Fun fact.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Oh, wow.
No.
He also did your mom.
No, you're confusing it. That's Sam. That's the Living Dead guy.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
Sam
that's
Raimi.
Sam Raimi.
Jackass.
Sam Raimi, yeah,
Same
that's
guy.
what you were
I was
thinking
like,
about.
that's not Sam
I was about
Mendes.
to say that too, but no, I was like,
No,
not that, though.
Sam Mendes was the one that made your favorite film, the one about light and movies or whatever.
yeah.
The American Light, or what was it called?
Oh, Empire of Light.
Empire of Light.
Oh man, with
Sam
Tiki.
Mendes,
with a-
1912 Sam Mendes. So he was in line to direct this, and then somebody magically, miraculously dropped off a VHS of Memento,
no, following Memento.
following at the writer of the novel's doorstep, and he saw it, and he was like, okay, let's give a younger, unknown director a shot as opposed to Sam Mendes, and that younger director was Chris Nolan.
Sam Mendes is older than Christopher Nolan. Really?
Wow.
He sounds older.
Yeah.
The same one that did 1917?
This is Sam Mendes.
What?
The one and only.
Let's not even. I don't know about age, but I do know about American
Filmography?
Beauty, a juggernaut. Right. So American Beauty put Sam Mendes on the map.
Really?
Chris
that was his
Nolan was
first
not on the map. Yeah.
Sam Mendes is 59.
And Nolan?
Wow.
Nolan, Sir Christopher Nolan is
Sir Christopher Nolan.
54.
Well, there you go. 5
Wow.
years. 5 years of a difference.
That's
That's
Who
the
do you,
one
who
that
do you think
stands
would
out
win
the
in a
most.
fight between those two?
Sam Mendes is scrappier, bro. Look at what he did with what's his name in American Beauty. Look what he turned him into.
Fucking what's his name? Kevin Spacey.
Kevin Spacey.
Oh yeah, he fucked him up.
Yeah, so I think Sam Mendes will win that fight, but Christopher Nolan will make him feel like the fight lasts 10 times longer. You know what
Also,
I'm saying?
I mean,
and then he'll
expand
bring him
time.
back to like the present. of the
Also,
past.
I'm just throwing this out there. Nolan is a knight.
He is a knight.
I'm just saying.
Oh, he was knighted.
Yeah, him and his wife.
Wow.
Our knights.
Who else
They're
was
knights of the
recently?
round table.
Somebody else recently got
Oh,
knighted.
Next
that
week,
cow.
continuing
Ringo Starr's
Sir
got knighted.
Nolan's month.
Next week.
That cow was knighted.
There was a cow that was knighted?
Yeah. You didn't hear about that?
Definitely not. Man,
Sirloin?
That's. I can't.
I thought I told you all that
I
one.
can't.
And
keep
that's your
going.
old dad joke of the day.
Oh, what the
It
hell?
still hit him though. That
Yeah.
was great.
What was that?
Don't worry about it.
Next
What'd you call
week,
me? Don't throw
any rating changes?
Yeah.
Honestly, nah.
Nah,
I'll
I
keep
like
it.
it. I like it. I like it.
8.7. I'm at a 7.7. I'll go up a
7%.
touch. No shame.
Just add a 1.0 to that, and there could be 4 of us with the same score.
No.
Really think about
no.
it. Think about it.
Really
That would be
think-
like
hey,
history on
hey,
this
I'll-
channel.
I'll send you off
Honestly.
What?
What?
Huh?
Some people say pickles taste
Hey,
better. No, cucumbers taste better pickled.
I think we in the audience want to know which film is for next week.
Next week, we're talking about
Which
what
one is it?
I deem,
one?
before Interstellar, what I deem to be the Christopher Nolan staple.
Which one?
Dark Night Begins.
No.
That's not a
I was gonna hope
film.
it wasn't.
That's
The
not a
Dark
film,
Knight
though.
begins.
Which one is it?
Rising.
We're going to talk about
Dark
2010's
Skywalker.
Inception.
Oh, Inception.
Starring the best actor, whoever did it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And
The best
everybody else.
actor, whoever did
Ellen
it. Yeah.
Page.
And
Ellen
Ellen
Page.
Page.
No, it's Elliot.
It's pretty
now.
cool.
Elliot
So I like it.
It's Elliot now. Fool.
Yeah.
It is Elliot. I said Elliot. He said Ellen.
I said Ellen, and then I said Elliot.
I respect everybody.
Ellen DeGeneres.
Everybody love everybody.
Everybody love it.
Inception next week. Let us know your thoughts on the Prestige. Let us know your thoughts about Christopher Nolan as a whole. Next
Yali.
week we're going to talk about Inception.
And
Let us know
in
your
2
thoughts on
weeks,
that film.
Oppenheimer.
Oppenheimer's in 2
Oppenheimer.
weeks, and we're going to
What
have
the
a special
big buzz
guest
is
for
about that?
Oppenheimer, and we're going to do something pretty
Get
cool.
your stomachs
So
ready.
yeah,
Oh,
get
shit.
that ready.
Oh, that's a fun hint.
Next month we'll be continuing our all tour month.
With a surprise.
And we get into our
It's
brow
got-
series.
We get into the eyebrow.
The brow.
We get into the
The
brow.
best to ever do it.
The brochacho.
Absolutely.
But,
Man, what a great 3-month run we're gonna have. We went from directors to going into Nolan.
We started off with bang. That's what we did.
We started out. No.
You started off banging, but that's
Yeah.
besides the point.
I banged
With
somebody.
that being
Let
said,
us
I
know
love how
what
we're
you
ending the
think.
director.
Please make sure to like, subscribe, comment, and share.
Watch
let us-
Eddington.
Watch Eddington.
dude,
Watch
you guys have
Eddington this
gotten-
week. Let us know what you guys think on the podcast, man. If you guys want to see more of stuff, I know we've gotten a lot more, and I promise we've gotten a lot more of these comments, and I promise we'll keep the shorts going. We'll keep the social media stuff
Oh,
going.
yeah,
We're
yeah.
just-
We were just
we
talking
just
about
hit
that.
a crazy time in our lives.
We're making a movie.
But we are making various movies, and it's been a little crazy here lately at the studio. But
Yep.
we're excited. Good stuff coming. Stay tuned.
Absolutely.
Share this with your friends. We'll see you guys next week. Good night, everybody.
Share, like, and
Night,
comment,
everybody.
and I love you guys.
All right. Then I'll
ELE.
really quick opinion on the birds.
In your Michael Caine.
Too many time a film comes and they kill all the fucking birds for no reason.
It's the fucking Dutch.
It's the Dutch murdering the bird.
All right. Good night, everybody.
Bye, everybody.